We're thinking about it.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
just
this-
got to roll off the tongue.
That's how they learn. We're doing it different. We didn't do no music. I can't get the fucking thing to work.
That's fine.
Fuck it.
Man, we'll just fucking send it, dude. Don't change nothing. We're good, bro. We'll just fucking send this bitch. Alright, here we go. Now we're live. So we got Mike's buddies, right?
Yep.
So we got Tim and we got
Barry.
And Barry.
Yep.
Alright. They got some good stories. They both toured. They used to play in a band all together.
Like 90 years ago.
90 years ago?
Not
That's
really
fine. Y'all
90,
still
but-
got it in you, I'm sure. And we're going to try to work on getting them guys to do a live performance here in a bit. Well, not
Ooh.
today, but...
Months away.
Months away. Gotta get some
Even-
practice in.
I'd have to roll in a wheelchair.
I left my singing clothes at home.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
All right.
fine. All right.
That's my guitar playing.
Yeah.
So get on over
Yeah,
here,
come on,
man.
guys.
Introduce yourselves, dude. And,
Yep.
You know, we talked a little bit off
Oh, yeah,
camera,
we
and
got
you
you
guys
guys.
got some fucking experiences and shit, man. You know, being on tour and all that, and how you guys met and shit, fucking lacing to that.
Tim's
online.
he's got one of the funniest. It's so comical every time he says it.
So
Look.
if we're looking for stories about touring, Barry's definitely got a lot more experience in that area than I do. But we both have a story together about the first time we met Wild Bill.
A wild
Mike.
fucking bit.
Is that not a nickname you go by anymore?
That's not a nickname I've gone by in quite some
It
time.
equates to like Obi-Wan Kenobi over here.
Right.
Um,
So I love my mysterious name I have here.
See, hang on, we'll figure it out.
so
He's like peeking. All right. Anyway.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, you
So-
can play fucking peekaboo.
back in the day, well over 20 years ago now, me, Barry, and our friend Jake started a band together. And, you know, young kids, wrote a bunch of songs. Jake and Barry obviously, well, majority, did all the writing. I was just kind of there. And used some of them,
Some.
the good ones. But yeah, like we, everything we did was to program drums. And then around the age of 16-ish, we figured at some point if we're going to play live, we need a drummer. So we all went around and posted a bunch of ads at Mike Carey's Music, which is I think the one you saw. Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
4th Street.
Guitar Center, a few other places. Shortly after we posted those, we got, well, Barry, actually, you could take this part of the story because I think Mike called you first.
I think I got home from school. And I got a phone call. And that was Mike. And, I was pretty pumped about that, actually. I really didn't think anybody would call.
Yeah, we had no
honestly, at
luck.
all.
Yeah, like a lot of the kids that we jammed with at that point were, you know, high schoolers like us, and like, just frankly, like, a lot of the stuff that Barry was writing at the time, like, not trying to like toot his horn, was a little bit above his age, you know.
Right.
Like it was some pretty good stuff, and like, so a lot of the guys we played with were just, you know, basic like single kick guys, like, cause it's metal, so it's fast and like double bass and all that. So a lot of them were just like
Right, gotta be.
like not any good, like nothing we were looking for, but like we were still, every time we played with a drummer, like an actual drummer, we were stoked. He tells us that he's like, hey, I met a guy who's 29. Pause.
Oh shit, that was a minute ago.
Hold on, well, because he wasn't 29. We'll get to that part later. But anyway, he's like, I met a guy that's 29. Like he's played a lot. Like he's really good. Done a lot of stuff. I think at some point, correct me if I'm wrong. Like you got him a tape or something like that prior to us going to meet
I
him.
had some cassettes with like some riffs on them and some like
Cassette tape.
Fucking
and some,
cassettes.
like,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
some tracks, like,
Right.
programmed with like, you know, like 2 index fingers and the drum pad.
I remember that.
So he got him these tapes. Like he learned the stuff. Obviously, it's not like the technology. It's not what it is now, where we could be like, oh, well, send us the tracks and let's check them out. Like, nah,
Right.
you got to go in person and check shit out. So he arranges with Barry to meet at a McDonald's close to our house.
Dun,
Mind
dun,
you, we're
dun.
we're 16. Mind you, we're 16.
Oh, you guys are young bucks.
Yeah. He arranges to meet at a McDonald's by our house. So like, I was like a public place. Like, so me and Barry are like, yeah, because we're 16 and dumb as hell. Like, yeah, what could go wrong? Sure, let's meet up this strange guy at the McDonald's. And so me and Barry up there. We're immediately sketched out. Right off
I
the
would
rip.
be too.
Yeah, we're nervous going into it, and we're like, you know what? It might be all right. Like, we really need a drummer, and then Mike rolls in. Back then, he had the fucking long hair in the back, looked like Road Dogg Jesse James. He came into that camo sweats.
Camel sweats.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
And then he had a. I remember this all so vividly. He had on like a one of those like button up like jackets, like you know what I'm talking about, like they're like vinyl and like kind of, but like it was like shiny, and it had the divine intervention.
Was it
cover.
bedazzled?
Not bedazzled.
Okay.
But it had
Like a baseball coat?
Yeah, it was like the divine intervention, like Slayer album cover on the
Yeah,
back.
I
Remember?
remember that. I remember.
Yeah, I remember this shit very well because I was scared.
Fucking scared of the
So
camel
like,
pants.
not only does he zip in there, and he had a golden Taurus at the time, like
With tinted windows.
Yep, he came in with a purpose. Like he came zipping in there, and then me and Barry standing outside, and he like rolled down the window. And he was like, "Hey, you Barry?" And we're like, "Oh boy." And at that point, it was like the point of no return. It was like it's either we tell this dude like,
You gotta fucking
"No,
commit.
it ain't us," or be like, "Yeah, for sure." And of course, we're like, "Yeah, it's us." And he's like, "All right, hop in," and we're like, "All right, let's fucking hop in."
Yeah, we could have went anywhere then.
So we get in the car. Me and Barry, quiet as a church mouse. Didn't say a word the whole fucking ride, I don't think. And this is Mike and this dude that he introduced. Are we cool to say names or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, we hop in the car. Me and Barry are already horrified, scared for our lives.
I would be.
Yep. And it's Mike in the front driving aggressively for no reason, and a guy who he introduced to us as Porno Andy. So yes, this guy Porno Andy.
He worked at the porn store.
So the whole time they're telling stories, and I even remember one of the stories actually. Again, I'm just
And you guys were 16 at this time,
yeah,
right?
me and Barry
So
looking at each other,
16-year-olds in
yeah.
the back of your car with Porno Andy.
Porno Andy, and I remember Porno Andy was like, he was griping to Mike about his girlfriend, and like, the problem he was having at the time was he was like, man, he's like every. P.S. Also, YouTube, I've got my 2-year-old and 7-year-old over there, so I'm trying to be very careful.
Yeah, we gotta be a little filtered.
Yeah, he's every time I watch a movie from my store, Porno Andy said. He was
Porno
like,
Andy said.
he was like, my wife always wants to recreate the scenes, and sometimes I just want to watch.
Oh my god, I remember that!
Yep,
Dude, I remember
yep,
that!
That was the problem he was having.
have it.
He can have that. Yep. That was the problem he was having. So that's what they're talking about. They're trying to talk them through. Mike's trying to talk him through his relationship problems as it relates to that specific issue. And me and Barry back there immediately have come to grips with the fact that this is our last day on the planet.
Right, like this is D-Day.
Stepping down the stairs to the basement.
Yep.
I was like,
Even-
light flash.
I'm like breathing the
Before then-
chloroform rag.
Yeah, we got to the house. So like Mike had like the basement like all done up like with his like the jamming space looked like a Halloween USA, and like. We were getting ready to go down the stairs,
Sounds
and I remember Mike was
accurate.
like, "All right, man, follow me down here." And him and Porno Andy went down first, and me and Barry looked at each other like, "This is it."
Yeah, that's it, man.
Like this is it.
This is it,
Yeah.
dude. You got Porno Andy,
Yep.
rocking old Mike over there.
I was like, these two grown ass men went down first. So I was like, one of two things is about to happen. We're about to discover a really good drummer who's exactly what we need, or we are going to be a skin suit that they wear later. One of those two things is
Were
about
y'all
to
talking about this discreetly as you guys
happen.
were
Not out
going
loud
through?
because we were too scared that we didn't verbalize it. Yeah, we couldn't.
Oh, yeah,
we
you're
didn't-
right.
Yeah, and we didn't want to anger
I-
our captors
Hey,
in case.
just
you know what I mean?
We had to play cool.
Yeah, so
right,
you
yes,
say it out
eye
loud.
contact, like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, here we go.
Because if we were in, never mind, that's where I shouldn't say. If we were in, never mind, I'll let the whole thing
Right.
go. But anyway, like, if it was gonna go south for us down there, I wanted it to be as gentle as possible. So we weren't saying that out loud.
Oh god, he spilled my fucking Red Bull.
So no, me and Barry weren't talking out loud. Because we were hoping for some level of mercy from our soon-to-be captain.
You're fucking killing me, man.
The moral of the story, to make the story short,
Oh my god.
turns out he was a pretty good drummer, and it was what we were hoping for, and nobody got,
Oh, dude, you
entrance.
keep
And it was
saying
great.
like our captors and.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, be gentle.
Yeah, it turned out it was no big deal. He played the drums really well, had a really cool PA, and hey,
No one had no funny moments.
Yeah, right. No harm, no foul. I think we.
me and Barry still left the Virgin.
Hey, that's
That was good.
We have had some funny moments.
That
I
was the
remember
goal, right?
I
Yeah.
flew home and I got pulled over by the cop because the dude, I threw something at the dude's window. You remember that?
We were
Coins.
chasing the dude.
Yeah, dude, I was trying to get the kid to pull over.
Oh, dude, that's fucking
Oh,
mint,
I
man.
almost thought I was gonna go to jail. Jeanette, you got to come get the Explorer with all the Girl Scout cookies in it, cause I'm going to jail.
Oh,
And also,
bro.
one
Road
last
rage.
call back to that story.
Oh yeah.
At the time, Mike was 31, not 29. Just throwing that out there.
Lied about your age.
He did. So he thought
I
I'd
think
make
I
him look
did.
a more appealing option. But little did he know, we cared so little about his age, we were willing to deal with a Buffalo Bill situation. So the age was the least of our
Right,
concerns.
getting in a car with
Yeah,
a 29-year-old man. Were you
concerns.
tatted up too?
Oh, super tatted up. Yeah, not on the neck, not on the
But
hands.
everything else still.
Yeah,
Right.
everything
And you
else
met
was
at a
there.
goddamn McDonald's.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, with Porno Andy.
It was
So
Porno
that's how
Andy
we
did
met.
it.
That's how we met Wild Bill,
Jesus Christ.
Porno
aka
Andy.
Mike. I forget, like it said, Wild Bill. Like that's
Wild Bill alive.
yeah, Wild Bill was the name he went by back then. That was his alias.
That was one. Yeah, I've got a couple of them, new ones.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, keep the aliases.
There's been a lot of updates. Magic Mike.
Dude, that's fucking wild, man.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. And like, oh man.
And you know what's funny? Here's the kicker. I live in the house across the street
Yeah.
from where it all started.
Right over there was where
Yeah.
me and
Oh,
Corey-
that's where you guys
We
ended
were-
up?
Yeah, when I was with Jeanette.
I found
Oh,
like, an
no
old picture
shit.
For like an old band photo from like 2006 of us standing in front of like the garage just full of meetings.
Oh my God, that's
For some
crazy.
token lounge
I remember
and,
that.
we were standing up there, I don't know if Jeanette took them or-
So
Dude,
20
that's-
years it's been. Now
That one mine?
it's kind of weird, you know. And we're all here again.
Oh yeah, like it was absolutely nuts.
Played a lot, like a lot of shows.
Yeah, like coming back down the street again, I was like, oh my God, like I'm in such a different place now than I was then. Like back then, I was like, let's face it, I wasn't the most stable young man, and now coming back as like an adult with mostly my stuff together and a couple kids, very very different scenario.
So let me ask you this. So
Yes.
so you gonna tell your kid to go to a McDonald's at 60
Oh, I
years
said
old?
this earlier before you got here. I told Michael, I told him if either of them ever did any shit like that, I would kill them.
I mean, come
Times
on.
are different.
Times are a lot different.
Frankly, my dad would have done the same had he had known.
Right, right.
Like we're just out here running these
So-
streets.
so
getting
did
picked
you
up by older
know?
Men.
Did
Huh?
you know that like that was gonna be the avenue that you went down? So like when you went to meet Mike to have him become your drummer,
Yeah.
was it already pre-planned that you were gonna go to his house in order to watch him play or whatever, or was that kind of just on the fly?
That was the hope, and that's what happened. So
Okay, so that was kind of planned.
right.
Like, well,
yeah,
what?
they were gonna jam. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Okay,
Yeah, that was exactly what we were told, and that's exactly what happened. Lucky for us.
right, yeah, right, literally. Talking about a goddamn coin flip nowadays,
You see
man.
him walking out there, Barry, this is it.
You're right. Like all eye contact is like y'all said
And
there
me
wasn't
pulling
phone.
up, I didn't think none of it. I'm like, hey, because I know I'm not
Yeah.
that guy.
Right, but they
didn't
don't.
know
I didn't know that.
I didn't
And like
know
I said,
that.
I was in the military for 6 years, and at no point in those 6 years did I ever feel as in danger as I did in that moment.
Brother, you
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad because, like, I mean, you guys know me now, but I mean, that's.
Yeah, I mean,
guess that. I mean,
it's
you'd be-
warranted.
Yeah, I was older, so I mean.
Right.
Hey,
And you
but
picked us up with a guy named Porno Andy. You
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
introduced him as
that's-
Porno Andy.
Yeah,
because
that's-
listen, this guy he would work at Buddy's News over here.
But that
in
sets the
Southgate.
tone.
He'd
though,
be
right?
like, hey, dude.
And this is porno, Andy.
Like,
oh,
come
fuck.
pick up the
Yeah.
the
Oh,
garbage
yeah.
bag full of pornos. For what, dude? I don't know. I need new ones. What?
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You got. You know, I think that definitely set the tone.
Well, you know
These
what?
guys right
They
there.
had a talent show at their high school. I think it was
That's
the
right.
last year of high school, wasn't it?
No.
No, it was the second year.
That's right.
Second. Okay. But we
Yeah.
played the talent show. That was like fucking 95 then, and we're doing a show at their school.
Totally crushed it, P.S.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Everybody was like kind of like scared because it was really loud.
Yeah.
We PA'd everything.
Oh yeah, everybody like everybody was.
People thought that that's what it was.
Hell no,
No.
they didn't expect it. It was bad. I got it on video. I got to get a video thing so we can watch it.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, a bunch of people doing like dancing or juggling or lip syncing to Britney Spears. And then here we come with like a full on like
Fucking
legit
bet. Yeah,
metal
right.
show. And
Yeah.
I remember the lady or somebody said somebody. If
Hey, it went
you
a
got to
long
back
way
up.
It helped me and Barry get a whole lot, like really not less more popular.
Not a lot less more popular.
Popular for like a week after that.
Yeah,
There you go.
we were pretty cool for like 2 days.
Hey, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
After
Hey,
the
live
newness
up.
wore off, it was
Nobody
it.
cared.
Hey, right, hey, whatever. Hey, live the
He was the
highlight.
star of the show.
Who?
You.
Why?
That's what people want to talk about.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a goddamn drummer.
Same thing that lured us into your basement.
Oh,
Lured.
Yeah, because
Hey,
like,
come here,
like,
16-year-old boys.
I'm not gonna lie, we were a little bit better than the average cat our age, but like
Yeah,
you were
for
like
sure.
a grown man playing grown man drums, and people were like, oh wow, holy crap, that's like Neil Peart to them. They're like, that's incredible.
I get it.
Yeah,
So at that point, how long were you drumming for when you met these guys?
42 years.
42
And a
years to
half.
29. Yeah.
No, but I mean, well, I had played in 4, 5, 6, 8 different bands, but I mean, it wasn't there. That was the breaking point jam with those guys, because you guys like turned me on to heavier music. I was playing like 80s rock
I
and
mean, like honestly, like our
Poser
influences
music.
kind of like cross, like
Yes.
like came across the music too. like,
They-
stuff.
Right.
they made me the drummer that I am now because I play different. I didn't play that when I first started playing with you
And
guys.
then when I was jamming like with you, like I really wasn't too concerned with kind of like groove or any stuff. Like I was just wanting to shred the whole time.
Right.
And jamming like with you, like where you came from was more of a groove oriented style, so that kind of helped formulate the sound really.
That's cool, man.
Just meshing influences and like just learning from one another.
Right, yeah, because you guys become a unit kind of shit, and you guys obviously you had somebody kind of a little bit older, a little bit more experienced come in, and were you guys were just now
Never
kind of
even played
forming
shows
this,
before we
Definitely,
did with
yeah.
him.
right?
Like no shows that you
This is like a new group that you were trying to make. You're trying to make a band.
Yeah,
at
we
this
were
point.
just kids. Yeah.
But Tim sung differently then,
Right.
and he was trying to do what he's doing now, which he's really good at. And I was a dick, and I said some things.
yeah, set me back a decade.
A decade. Wow. Good job. So hold on. So Mike, you kidnap these 16-year-old kids out of McDonald's. You take them in to watch you. You make them watch you play
No,
drums.
I will say this: his advice for the time was correct. It made sense.
What was the advice?
So at the time, like now, my vocal style is a lot. It's just singing mixed with like a lot of high notes and a lot of like the 80s like Judas Priest flair. Was I capable of it then? No. So did the band deserve to go through the growing pains with me? No. So Mike convinced me to modify my vocal style to something a little bit more modern, which frankly, honestly, even the style I'm doing now works now because it's more of like a throwback and people hear heavy music with those vocals and they're like, holy shit, that's great. I love that shit.
throwbacks
Back-
happening real big right now.
Yeah, back then it wouldn't have
Right.
made it wouldn't have made a ton of sense. And even then, I was not there. I wasn't there yet. So to do a more modern approach vocals with like the growling and screaming and that type of stuff, like it definitely made sense for that time because again, that took nothing for me to kind of get the hang of.
Right.
And the amount of time it takes to get good at the vocal style I do now wouldn't have been fair to ask other people to wait with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And again, and also the other thing, the most important part is even if I would have had it down to a T back then, it wouldn't have worked back then like it works right now. So I'm only busting your balls. You said it back a decade. The advice made sense at the time.
But I mean, I guess that depends on how you look at it though, because if you form a band, right, especially a new band that's coming up, right, that's starting to form, I mean, you could argue the fact that you want to go through the growing pains together. You know what I mean?
Again, it took me a long
Or maybe I'm not understanding the
No,
situation.
he was trying to sing differently, and I know what he wanted to do, but back then I was such a dick. I didn't
have the patience to sit
I didn't
there.
have a filter
Right.
to be like, dude, like, and like the patience of being like, dude. And I could have like totally killed him where he wouldn't even sing now how he is. So it'd be different, but like I should have handled it differently, but I didn't know. I
Right.
was,
It's like you didn't have like the proper way of saying what you were like wanting to say.
I feel like
So
we're all
it just came
remembering
across.
this differently.
no, because I think I was a big dick. But the thing is I'm so
I'm trying to
different.
grasp on. Maybe I don't understand this
Okay.
situation here.
What do you mean?
So when this went down, was it a constructive criticism thing, or was it you?
I think
I'll tell you, he says he's being a dick.
I think I was.
I don't remember it that way because I remember the conversations about it, and like I don't remember any of them being like offensive to me. Honestly, like I don't.
Hey, hats off to you then.
Yeah,
Maybe
like,
it's
I
me
don't-
then, because I thought I'm like, man, maybe I was too hard on him, dude. Because when I heard you doing some of your shit on that band, I'm like, holy fuck, these sounds amazing. And then when I told you that, I'm like, I feel bad because I told you you couldn't do it.
Right.
But you couldn't do it back then.
I couldn't,
But
and
I
like-
should have did it differently. I shouldn't have said it the way I.
Well,
I'm
again, I
different.
think we're remembering it very differently because
Well,
again,
maybe.
the conversations that I recall, I don't ever remember being like, I'm pretty thick-skinned anyway. Which
Yeah.
is probably the only reason why playing music for a long time has worked for me because you have to be.
I was about to say that
But, like-
in that line of
Yeah, I don't remember any conversation where I took offense to anything that you said when it came to the sing style because I remember the way you made it made sense to me back then, made sense to me back then. Where it's like, listen, like this is just like, you use the word dated a lot. You're like it's a dated style, which again, now that throwback style that I was going for and that I'm kind of known for
is now
it's fine now. But back then it wouldn't have been because it was pretty freshly removed from its original origin. So like,
right.
So like he was just saying like
you're talking about the heavy metal type or the metal type of shit, right?
Yeah, for sure. And like
heavy music.
Yeah,
with
like the screaming, the fuck. Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like traditional stuff.
Yeah.
So like the way I remember the way he said it to me was that I don't remember the specific conversations, but I remember that was always like the focal point of the conversation is that like I know what you want to try to do, but I don't know that it necessarily is I don't know that it makes the most sense for these songs right now.
Right.
Not all of them either, because there were some of the songs that did have that style of singing, that stayed that style of singing, and they were fine because they were in my comfort zone. But like, I honestly don't remember you, and believe me, nothing made me feel better than to tell you that you were a dick. But I don't remember you being a dick in those conversations. I remember the conversations were, like, I never took offense to any of them, and they made sense to me. Like it's just that it wasn't what I was trying to do is fine, but doesn't necessarily suit the songs as well as maybe a different approach. So we tried a different approach.
I remember we were recording downstairs, and that's when we started seeing weird shit in the basement. I don't know if you remember that. Well, we were recording, and you were trying to do some of the vocals, and I was like, I don't know, dude. You can't do it, dude. I was being a dick. And I remember. Yeah, no, that's
Not yet.
No, but he was trying to do this, what he's doing now, and I was like, dude, it sounds like I don't know. I was being a dick at the time, but ever since I got sick with cancer, I completely I realized stuff like you can't just say certain things. You might not. I know that I was a straight dick about it. I
don't
know
remember
it.
it.
I remember it.
I don't like you.
But if you don't, that's great because it's cool.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember it that way. Like I said, had I stayed, and I know this is not what the podcast is about, but like had I would have stayed on that path, would I have eventually got? So here's another thing. So in a way, you kind of did me a favor. Let me tell you why. So like, if I would have stayed on the path that I was on vocally,
probably wouldn't have had the success that you got.
I don't think I would have gotten vocally where I'm at today.
Right.
Because honestly, by learning to do the more like extreme style of vocals, that's actually how I learned how to do the high notes and the shit that I do now. And it's from like there's not a lot, and again this is probably really boring for a lot of people, but like there's not a lot of difference like fundamentally between doing like a death metal high or like a metalcore high and like a Rob Halper style high. It's pretty similar. And honestly, warming up with the band I did after that band, Claudia's, like I was warming up and like practically getting like my highs in check. And then like I tried something a little different and it sounded like that Halford high and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I can do that? I'm done with this dumb shit. That's all I'm doing from now on. But like I don't know if I ever would have figured it out fully without trying different avenues of vocals, to be honest with you. Because like, and then I don't know if I would have met as many people as I met if I would have not tried a different style of vocals.
Dude, hats off to you, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, hats off to you. Because obviously I don't know what kind of conversation was had, but the ability, especially, I don't know what kind of age this was at, but I'm assuming it's probably still in your younger years. I'm assuming,
yeah.
right? So like the ability to be that like kind of mature at that age and be able to find out that like, hey, even though this dude, you know, some people might say, hey, this dude's shitting on me, he's being a dick, right? You were able to use that to further your career,
yeah, I mean,
right? So hats off to you. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, it worked out in the long run. Like I said, and I know this is so cliche, but like, I don't know that any different series of events would have gotten me to the point I'm at vocally now where, I mean, obviously I'm a musician, you're a musician, you're a musician. The one thing we all have in common is we're going to die with untapped potential, right? Nobody ever gets as good as they can be.
No, never.
That's the cool thing about music. Like, we can never, nobody reaches their full potential,
Right.
except for Rob Halford. He did it.
So do you write your own songs?
Definitely.
Yeah?
But yeah, but the series of steps it took to get me where I'm at now, which again, I'm a musician, so there's still a long way to go. Like, I don't know that I would have ended up where I'm at had it not been for that exact set of steps.
I can agree with that. That's
So yeah, like, yeah, we'll all die underdeveloped. We're musicians. Nobody gets as good as they ever can be.
I remember going back and listening to recordings because I always listened to what Barry was doing in his other band. I thought you guys sounded great, and then I heard Tim. I'm like, holy fuck, dude, you did it! Like, I was like proud, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
holy fuck, dude! Like, wow, that sounds great. And I remember reaching out to you, telling like, dude, that sounds amazing.
I was pretty proud of that. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
no, dude, I was like,
really-
holy fuck, dude, he really sounds good. Like, I'm like, god damn, I got goosebumps. And everybody that knows me, even back then, I'm pretty fucking critical about band stuff. and either you're good or you suck. I mean, and there's no in between. I'm not gonna candy coat it. I just do it differently now than I did it before. But
And there's work in progress.
yeah, I mean,
There's
we
a middle
all,
somewhere, but it's-
some of us evolve. But
some people are just in that learning stage and it takes them a second to get there.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I never took personal offense to any of it. Like I always took it as like, all right, let's try something else.
maybe that pushed
And a lot of
you-
it is you were so much older. We respected you, as a musician. Like, all right, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna listen. Like, and I think a lot of that also comes from like having like a sports background, playing sports. Like I always looked at you like a coach. I'm like, all right, you got it. Like I'm not gonna fight with you the same way I'm not gonna fight with a coach. I'm like, you got it.
So
dude. Try something
at
out.
this point, how long were you a drummer when you joined them?
Oh my God, dude! I was playing in bands when I was 16, 17 years old.
So this is like
You already
10
had,
plus
like,
years.
14 years
I had
Yeah.
a ton of experience.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
shows, fuck big show. Yeah, but I did real big stuff with you guys. I mean, we did a lot of good stuff, man.
We
I
did.
mean,
I'm sure like your
We got to get a hold of some of these songs, man. Send them
Yeah,
to me. We'll play them. Maybe we'll have that as like a background or something.
I would prefer it would be some of our more recent works than
That's
stuff
cool.
back
Yeah,
then.
that's cool.
I mean,
Like I said, maybe
It's-
hopefully we're gonna try to get all these guys to freshen up and get ready, and
well, I
then maybe
mean,
we'll
it's
have
been
like
20 years. I mean, we're still talking about stuff, so we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
We're gonna try. I think that'd be cool, man.
some shreds and some
I got
shows.
one band left in me. I'm 51, so I can't do much more. My body's fucking falling apart. So.
Think about it as a tribute.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I have ideas
All right,
in
cool.
my head, as always,
Nice.
and I'm sure he does, and so does Barry. And we haven't seen Barry in like fucking 25 years, so.
Holy shit, man! It's a
And a
goddamn
half.
reunion over
But
here.
we
Dude.
have.
That's
I just remember
nice,
talking to Barry
man.
about a year, maybe about a year, and we were worried about Barry, but Barry had stuff going on, and
Hey, we all
it's
do.
good to go. And
But that's the thing with Barry. It doesn't matter how long it's been since I've seen him.
dude, it feels
Yeah. 'cause
like
I
we
mean-
never stopped hanging
Ain't that
out.
fucking nice?
Yeah, he was the first friend I made when I moved to the school district I ended up in. So it's like I said, like we didn't
Sixth
miss
grade
anything.
basketball or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Where I had the most. Man, I was a revolutionary with the Euro step and the.
Oh, you got the
layup.
Euro step. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. Those are the best friends to have. I got a lot of those too. It's like I cannot talk to some of my friends for a year, 2 years, whatever, and then the minute we get back together,
Yeah.
it's like nothing changed. It's like it's been 5 minutes.
20 years.
Those are the friends you got to keep,
crazy, dude.
right?
I kind of wondered how I seen him. I went to take a drug test for work, and I ran into Tim.
Yeah, don't say the place.
No, I won't.
Okay.
I was like, he's like, Mike. I'm like, hey, what's up? What's up?
Right.
I didn't expect that. It was kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. It's nice. It's nice to see some other friends of Mike's, huh?
Many. It's been a long time, and whatever. I mean, we all got our own. Tim's got 2 kids, and he's married.
Yes,
He's been
one of them made
married.
a cameo.
Right,
on the
right,
screen.
right.
And I'm shredding, lurking in the shadows.
That's all, you're playing peekaboo.
Right. I mean, we all got things.
But
going on.
but everybody that watches us knows we do this shit on the fly. That's what's so genuine about this podcast here is that we do shit on the fly. I mean, it's not planned. It's not like we don't talk about shit before the show. We don't. Did we?
no, when
set
they
up?
came over, Tim was like, "Well, I'm like, you know what, dude? We're just gonna
Fucking
talk,
pop
you
in,
know?
bro.
We're gonna just pop
Originally,
in."
making an appearance here was not on my agenda.
Exactly that, and
No,
that's why
but-
we like to keep
Because
it that way.
like I told you I told you before you went live, like medium send is the best.
Oh wait, we
It's the
can't do
best I
that.
can
You
do.
can't do
It's
that.
It's the
I can-
best.
Oh,
the
so
best I can
well,
do.
how about we do this?
Three-quarters
Since your kids are here, we'll say it's a full send with some filters.
It's a PG full send.
Yeah, it's a PG
Okay,
full send.
I
It's
can
not, we don't
respect
do
that.
medium
Alright.
sends. We
Because
do a full
there's some
send.
more illicit words I would have liked to.
You don't have
to-
describe that story that I couldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what'd
But
be
hey,
funny,
you
though?
did a well job. Did
Thank
you
you.
have my ass leave the screen for a second, man? Yeah, I promise you, everybody that watches the first 20 minutes of this podcast is just gonna be in tears. It's gonna be an app. Well, you just gotta play
Oh,
peekaboo.
here's it.
You gotta play peekaboo.
I just screw over this
Okay,
way.
all right.
There you go.
I was curious.
So, well, now that we got all the fun part, I do want to ask a burning question in my mind.
I mean, you guys could chime in on this one too. This is sure.
When is the reasonable time to start drinking?
So, after the kids go to bed is the first answer, unless it's a holiday weekend, in which case it's fair game. Anything
Fair
is
game?
Fair game.
Okay, so you can pour a cocktail 10 o'clock in the morning then. Say it's Labor Day. Say it's tomorrow.
If you don't have anything to do and the kids are taken care of, I don't see any issue with that.
Right, so if it
Hopefully
doesn't get...
CPS isn't watching, but yeah.
But if it's, I mean, if it's, you get your affairs in order, right? You
Yeah.
handle your business, you handle your responsibilities,
They're just
right?
sitting there.
Yeah.
You handle
See,
your
they're done.
responsibilities.
Right.
It's fair game on
For
holiday
sure, yeah.
weekends. That's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Of. Like after work,
if we're talking about a weekday or like a responsible day, like when the kids go to bed,
have yourself a cocktail.
do
or
what you need to do.
Right.
All right.
But
Get freaky with it.
Right.
Get jiggy with it.
on the holidays, I mean, I guess the best answer is it's probably different for every person as long as it doesn't compromise the well-being of those around you.
Right. Okay. So me personally, right? Football Sundays is a holiday for me.
Okay.
First game on. Beer's
Is
open.
that like what, 2, right?
Oh god. No, it's like at like 12.
It's like 12.
Yeah.
Like 12 o'clock on a Sunday. It's
I mean,
game
that's
on.
all fun and games until your team has the Sunday night game at 8.
Well, you know what? Guess what? By that time, I'm more pissed at the TV. All right, me and the TV got real problems by then, and they better not lose.
Yeah.
But so I mean, that's kind of the stance that I have on it too. Is I think that if it's a holiday, I think it's fair game. That's how
For sure,
But
yeah.
Monday through Friday, I think you do need to handle your responsibilities, right? And it also needs to be like controlled, right? So I don't think that like on a Monday after work you can just fucking tie one on, right? Right.
Haley, come here for a minute.
So
Good, but
I mean you can, but that's everybody's prerogative, right? But if you do that, as long as it doesn't get in the way of your responsibilities, that's fine. So I'm a firm believer. If you're man enough to drink at night, you're man enough to go to work in the
I
morning.
want to ask Haley a
Right?
question.
can't complain about
Yeah.
Right. What you got?
Haley, step up, step up. Haley, this is my daughter.
Sure, everybody knows that.
Well, I mean, some people may not know. So, what is the proper time to drink? Is that the question?
Yeah, when's a reasonable
When's
time
the
to drink?
reasonable time to
This is
drink?
going to be a fascinating answer
Right.
coming from the daughter of Wildville.
Right.
I'm going to guess the second she hangs up the phone with you.
Well,
Don't use me as an example.
for Anthony, it would be from the moment he woke up.
That's not
He's
true.
right.
That's only on football Sundays
Okay.
and holiday
Or
weekends.
right after work. We're
When would it
slamming
be?
them.
Wait. When
Fucking
would it
A.
be a reasonable time for Josh to start drinking?
Oh, there we
Never.
go.
At least 5 or 6 at night. Not
Okay,
like,
after work.
not like super early.
What about like on a holiday weekend? So say it's a holiday.
Like 5 or 6.
Oh, so
Yeah.
no day
Like,
drinking.
no, I don't think people should just wake up and be like, let's get fucked up.
What if it's the
12
day?
a.m.
What if it's
Okay.
earlier than that.
Like, we don't mention names, but, yesterday a certain someone
Right.
got too tuned up all day long, and they're like this all day. By 5 o'clock, they're nodding out.
It's kind of lame when you're like super blacked out.
Yeah.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a
I
marathon,
just
not
want
a
to be half
sprint.
blacked out.
But if you're just having a
And
couple
wake up.
sips, like, all right, you want to
Couple
crack
beers.
a beer open at,
I
it's
do
holiday
believe-
weekend, 12 o'clock, have a beer, not just
Right.
start
The
sloshing
mechanism
it
has a
out.
lot to do with it too. Like if you're a beer drinker and you're looking to get into the pocket early and just stay in the pocket for a long time, that's not a big deal.
Right.
But if you're drinking hard liquor, like you can't get started early.
Yeah,
There's no
you'll
no story
drop
in
out.
human history that ever started with hard liquor early and ended happily ever after.
Hey, but there is
So-
that saying, liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
But if you're a beer drinker, which I am, like if you're just looking to get in the pocket and then just kind of put it in cruise control for the remainder of the day, no harm, no foul.
Tim, you showed up today. You're like, hey,
But
I got
only
a
on
couple
holiday
beers, hope you don't
weekend.
mind. I'm like, good. I don't give a fuck.
So football
exactly
Sundays.
holiday weekend.
That's all it is.
So football Sundays.
I wasn't sure.
Is it okay to drink?
Yeah,
At
give
the,
a fuck,
the
dude.
first game starts at almost
It's all
noon.
good.
Yeah, I mean, as
Crack
long as
open
you're
a
not pounding them down, like,
So controlled.
How many drinks have you had today?
none.
Okay.
I haven't
Wow,
drank
why'd you
in
look all
like
crazy?
5 months. No, I lied. Anthony and Haley came over a couple weeks ago, and I had a.
Haley had me so fucking pissed off last night. I rode with them, and she was trying to get out, and her mom was trying to get out. She's trying to direct her mom, her sister, this person. I told her to turn left, so she's like, "Stop fucking backseat driving! Stop backseat fucking driving!"
Get me the fuck out of
I'm
the
like,
car.
"Get me the fuck home now, please."
So I'm speed racing. I'm purposely flooring it.
She
like,
thought
as
I was riding my
fast as
bike
I can.
around, just pissing her off. I got on my bike and took off. I was wasted.
Hey, great idea.
I followed the speed limit.
That doesn't matter. You just said you were wasted.
I went to the bar and got more wasted.
Allegedly.
I was so fucking pissed I had to go.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
thank you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's hearsay.
Hearsay.
So
Strike that.
pissed
I watch a lot of Suits. I'm gonna be a corporate lawyer. That's hearsay.
so pissed I had to go to the bar on my motorcycle is another story.
I was
that
blocked
doesn't end
in.
happily ever after.
I was blocked in.
Well, neither did you go into a McDonald's to be the 29-year-old man and go into his basement. All right,
That
You
did
told the
end up
story
okay.
when
but
I-
it
when I-
shouldn't have.
It shouldn't have.
I met him
No.
at McDonald's. They were like fucking 16.
I know they were so little when they first
So were
started
you.
coming.
Yeah.
I was a little baby.
Ugh.
You were a little baby. Yes, you were. And now you're a grown adult. So I told your dad, like, when you came over earlier, I was like, so, like, people's kids, like, when you see them, like, they kind of, like, exist in your mind, like, the way you remember seeing them last. And I was like, oh, my God, like, she's
Probably
like
that 5-year-old little
I
girl
still
you
see it.
remember.
yeah, I was like, she's like a whole adult now. I was like, that's insane.
Kayla was here earlier.
Sorry, she's got 2 kids, Carter and Josh. They just
Well,
So
technically
Haley is
Oh,
only
yeah.
going to be 1 year younger.
you were ready
You
for that
told
one.
us you were when we started jamming. How crazy is that?
That's creepy.
That's insane.
You guys-
That
you
is
guys
She went
see
and
that.
did that to some
I
teenagers.
got 3 kids. Yeah, you, Josh, and Carter.
Oh yeah, yep. So
He knows
I
I'm
stand
the
corrected.
warden. The phone starts ringing. He looks at it. He's like, "Oh, it's the warden."
I'm like, fuck, it's
Oh,
the warden. I one time I answered him like, oh fuck, it's the warden. Not a good ending.
Everybody's got to keep somebody's got to keep everybody in check.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she was mad last night because I knew it pissed her off. I was just said, you know, I'm a fuck. You know what?
I popped down on a seat and I put my hand like this. And said,
Someone's got to be the watcher.
Is what it is.
I went to the store to get money out, so I didn't want to use my bank card. She thought I was riding around the neighborhood to piss her off, but I really wasn't. The bike's just really loud.
Circling the block.
Yeah, I wasn't. No, I left
You
here,
probably circled
burned
the
out
block.
down here, went to
Yeah.
the store, let it stay running. You probably heard it all the way over there. Then I went down that way and went that way.
I
Fucking,
stood on the pool ladder and watched you take off.
okay. Then she lied to me, said, I followed you from smugglers and whiskeys and captains. You didn't follow me because I took
Was
different
that
routes.
mom
I
and
took different routes to see if someone was following me. I parked where you wouldn't
He
think I was
knows because
parked.
I've showed up at the bar before and watched him.
Oh,
walk
you
out
are the
and
warden.
Followed him home.
Kayla and Josh did that. We were at Old Shillelagh's downtown, and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah! And then all of a sudden Kayla, I turn around, I'm like, oh, fuck. Kayla's there. She goes,
It's not
fuck
fun when you
you.
got kids that
I'm
come
like,
to the
fuck.
bar now and check
Right?
up
Yeah,
on
you
your
got
ass.
illegals
I
now.
was racing, I'm like, let's party! Oh, what's up?
Shit. I'm sorry. Everybody, get out their Bibles.
Kayla's the one- like she's cool. She'll shut shit down. She'll be like,
I can't say a certain incident, but I know my birthday a few years ago. I could probably doctor up. We went to the bar and I was in the back seat doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing, and Haley was laughing about it, but Kayla was really upset about it. Thought it was disgusting and was mad at me, and I'm just like, get
more
me
you-
home.
He
I'll
was
tell you.
making out with
I'll
somebody.
I'll
It
tell you
wasn't
off the
like-
air.
All right.
Yeah, I wasn't doing nothing horrible.
Yeah, he
Well,
wasn't
kinda.
tongue parting. He wasn't tongue punching the
I
fart
pro-
box or
I
nothing
mean,
like that.
It could've got worse.
It could have got worse. Good, yeah, it could have got a lot worse. But I was wasted. I really don't remember.
Yeah, Kayla's one. She'll shut that shit down.
Yep, she's
She don't play.
the other warden, but on a
So-
different level.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
You got yourself some babysitters, huh?
fuck,
Join up the rally. Let's go check on Mike.
fuck, dude. That's what Josh
Wild
Kayla did.
Bill.
I mean, me and Matt were fucking hanging out, and we're bebopping. All of a sudden, I turn, I'm like, oh god. Kayla, she's like, where are you, Charles? I'm like, oh.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
When they call me by real name, I'm like, oh fuck. Here we
It takes
go.
a village to raise a wild bill.
Yeah, I honestly,
We all had to put our hands in the pot.
but you know it's funny because I get docile Mike.
He's
to the
never
bu-
seen all this crazy.
Right,
He's-
yeah.
I'll be back.
I remember we were at the tap room the one time, and he's like, man, all these people coming up to you, man. How do you fucking know?
Oh, dude, that shit blew
That
my
was pretty-
fucking
'cause you
mind.
kind of creeped me out about it.
But because so I'm real receptive. So like I pay attention to kind of what's kind of going on, especially if like somebody's starting to get a lot of attention, because I don't want to be caught off, right? And I'm at this bar, and I mean this is kind of when our friendship kind of first started. You know what I mean? So we went out to the bar, we had some drinks. All of a sudden, and these weren't no like fucking just average Joes. These were like bad motherfuckers that like you can just tell. And they're stopping what they're doing. Hey, what's up, Mike? What's up, Mike?
And what was I doing?
Right? And you're like, hey, I'm
I was
chilling,
sitting
dude.
down.
Right?
He's like,
I'm
"You're sitting
chilling.
down, how you getting up?"
And then I'm like starting to think, I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? Because I didn't know him yet, right? I didn't know him very well. So who the fuck? And I straight up asked him. I think it was like the next week or whatever. I said, Mike, hey, cat's out of the bag. Who the fuck are you, dog? Like, hey, I gotta know. Like, that doesn't make sense. You're just not some dude that just hangs around at bars and just right. Like, literally, I'm like, right, dude. It would have been dope if he'd have been like, who you been talking to, right? Like started some.
Yeah, because he was sitting across me. I was just sitting in the chair. People were coming, hey, what's up, bro? What's up, man? How you doing? And he was like, damn, dude. I seen it in his eyes. I'm like, that's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, because I was just like, what the fuck, man? And it was random as shit, too. It was like, all of a sudden, it was just this well-connected bar that happened. And then all of a sudden, I got confident as shit. I was like, I know the tattoo guy over there. It's be about get out of jail free card. I know Mike. That's what you should have started screaming at the McDonald's. I know Mike.
We didn't know Mike. We didn't know Porno Andy.
Right. Oh yeah. Eye contact.
Dumbfounded. I didn't even think about that when I picked you up. I mean, you guys are young, but I knew me. I wouldn't have done nothing.
Well, I'm glad that you knew.
I still can't wrap my head around that though. I really do. Because the fact that two 16-year-old guys met you at a goddamn McDonald's.
This is it. I love you, bro.
Maybe code the story somewhat to my parents. There's no way I could have been totally dry with it.
I just didn't say anything.
I don't.
There's no way you could have told your
No,
parents that.
when I picked
Ain't
you
no
up,
way
didn't
now.
I? And then we went and picked him up from his house.
No, we were together.
They knew the
we
whole
went to his
thing.
house to get his stuff.
Okay, that's why. And we went there, but when I seen Barry, I'm
Oh
like,
my
man,
God,
this kid
dude,
looks
I
like he's
would've
12,
lit-
dude. Like, what the
oh.
fuck, man? He like a little shorts on, a little beaver shirt. I'm like, what the fuck? Looks like he's 12 years old.
And dude, what's crazy about
Dude,
all
he looks the same.
Dude,
A little
what's
older.
crazy about that whole situation is like you didn't have the technology that I could have been texting my buddy, right? Like if I was in that situation with my buddy,
Dude, we're
I could
gonna
be texting,
fucking die.
right? Hey, we gotta bail, right? All you had was eye contacts and like innuendos, right? Just kind of like
I'm like in the rearview
No,
mirror.
man, like-
Hey boys, how you doing?
right, just
Yeah.
just kind of like
We had nothing but just eye contact and just an internal hope that maybe we end.
Windows,
Yeah,
too.
I was just
oh god, that's like if it looks like shit, smells like shit, and tastes like shit, it's probably shit.
I
And in
mean,
this case, it was
very
fine.
bad idea.
It probably made it worse because Porno Andy. Was
Right,
like,
you
that's-
introduced
It did not help.
16-year-old kids to a dude named Porno Andy.
Yes, he did. But yeah,
Boys,
like,
have
for
you
me,
ever
like,
starred in a movie?
You just like
You are tonight.
Yeah, I would say
Bring out the gimp.
half the way there, I was just hoping. I was like, this will at least. No matter what, however this goes, this will at least make a pretty dope episode of Unsolved Mysteries. So
Yeah, damn.
yeah.
Oh
For sure.
man, dude,
That's good.
that's one of the best stories I've ever fucking heard in my life, dude. Because it is just so wild, it's almost unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like really, it is. And you told it so well. And it's just,
I don't have the best memory in the world, but I remember every second of that experience very well. Up to including the
I'm
Divine
sure.
Intervention jacket.
Yeah, I thought it was cool as fuck. That's weird. Weird. It's very colorful.
Yeah, colorful.
But now I recall that.
Yeah, I thought I was the shit. I'm like, yeah, what up?
Yeah. I'm just glad it wasn't bedazzled. I'd have second thoughts.
Oh yeah.
If it was that, yeah.
Come on in, boys.
Hey, come on, look at my shines.
Yeah, we'd have definitely been more comfortable with our outcome if we would have seen the bedazzling at least. We'd be like, okay, so we are for sure definitely going to be entered. But he still might
What
be
do you mean?
still might be a good drummer. You know what I mean?
We're gonna be entered.
Bro, we really need a drummer really bad. You know what I mean?
Apparently that was like.
Drummer really bad.
You know what? Though, on a serious note,
If I saw the bedazzled, I can't.
Yeah, I'd have been like, he better be sick of double bass. 'Cause, like,
It
it's
better
about
be-
to happen.
it better be worth it.
Yeah.
It's for the band.
Yeah, this guy better rip because this is not the way
Something
I saw
else is
this
gonna
going.
rip, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
my.
see it going like this for my first time, but he better be fucking sick. He better be sick. He better be so good.
Oh my god.
sure.
But you know what the best part is though? Is like 20 years later, man, like how you've evolved, you know, what you're doing. Even you, man. I mean, you're still
I'm
everybody's
fucking
evolved.
crying,
I mean, it doesn't
dude.
matter.
I'm
Jake, I don't know
fucking
much
crying.
about him.
Oh, Jake's killing it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's on Instagram. Oh, is he? I see things on there on Instagram, but I mean, everybody's done their own thing. I'm still getting old.
Doing our thing now.
Huh?
Like, we're also doing our thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird how you get together and it seems like it never stops. It's just fucking, that's cool though.
It's the best, dude. It's the best.
And I didn't expect that.
When you
I
can
thought-
pick up, like, when you can just pick right off where you left off, you know what I mean? Those are the best guys to have around you. For sure.
I agree totally.
You know, I got buddies of mine that I haven't talked to in years, and then the minute that we link up again, it's like nothing changed.
This wasn't really planned though. I mean, this was
No.
kind of thrown together. I talked to Barry yesterday. I said I was going to the bus races and hanging out, and then last night. Then I said, well, come on over. We're doing a podcast, hanging out, and last week we took a break, things going on, but then. And then I said, Tim, why don't you come on by? Obviously because he's coming, and he said, well, I'll come by early. And
yeah, I was at Meyer picking out a birthday cake for a stuffed animal.
oh, cool.
And then you ended up on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's some serious business.
Yeah,
so.
right there. Happy birthday, Lammy.
Happy birthday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, the birthday boy.
He's like,
Got an appearance on the podcast and everything.
He's like, whoa, that's me. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't planned, and that's when the best podcasts that we've had that we started doing them on the fly, just like off the cuff.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, we're staying true to that, and I'm surprised because, I mean, this is episode 8, right? There hasn't been one podcast that we planned at all. But we're staying true to that, though, because, like, that's, I mean, we kind of maybe pick a topic or kind of, like, maybe, organize a group to come in or a person to come in or whatever. But other than that, like, the conversation just free flow.
Right.
And it just works.
Maybe one of these days, me and Barry can hop back on and we can actually talk about music instead of the potential for child molestation.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. But no, we would. We definitely want you guys on, man. You guys are definitely some characters. Like between
Tim was saying something about earlier, but he says, "Man, when you get on a fucking rant, dude, you just go." And I'm like, he knows me. He's seen it. I mean, when I get pissed off, dude, I can't just start ranting about people.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I'm on here again, I'm gonna say something specifically to get you pissed off.
Oh, trust me. So we took it a lot of time up, but I got some shit burning. So if we need another rant day, we'll save it for another one. I can let it boil for a
I'm
bit.
just gonna pull the pin on old Mike and see what happens.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, if both of us get fired up, man, the podcast. Oh, goodness gracious.
I got fired up the one time about, like the dating. I mean, if you're not, obviously you're married.
Yep.
I'm not really sure what Barry's doing right now. Single still, as I am. And you got your girl.
Got my lady.
The dating world really sucks. It's pissing the fucking dating world.
Seems
So
horrible. I have not even thought about even a second of that.
yeah, dude, it's not really
I'm
good.
thankful I don't have to.
A lot of everybody's getting on me like, oh, date
That's what
older
I'm saying.
girls. But
I'm glad I got my
older girls
person.
are just as fucked up, if not worse, actually.
Oh, yeah, I can
Speaking of which,
imagine.
should be mad at me. I got a split.
Okay, well,
All right, that's fine. We do appreciate you coming on the podcast, dude. It was nice meeting you guys both, and you guys
Bears
have
will
to
stick
come
around.
back
Yeah, for
on,
sure.
man. You just have to come back on. Dude, it was
we'll have
great.
something going on.
It was a great time, great conversations, dude. Great story. It was amazing.
Awesome.
And that being said, I think that we're just gonna kind of sign off as well.
Yeah, that's fine. Awesome.
Tune in next weekend.
We'll figure
maybe we'll have
something.
another rant. I definitely got to burn some shit off my chest. So
No one cares.
let's have a nice